Hey everyone, welcome to my Florida butterfly garden. Today we are catching up on everything. I have so many things to show you, to share with you, a couple little projects to do, and yes, the sun fun flying is still going on, so you're gonna be hearing airplanes in the background. It's gonna be fabulous, so let's get busy. And we're gonna start with something beautiful. This is one of my first Gulf Fritillaries I brought in. I released one yesterday. This is the second one. And we're just gonna hang him right here, or her. Oh, there's a little bee friend right here on my, whoop, never mind. There we go. We're flying. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, I think there's another one too. Let me go look. And here is the next one. Let's see, do you want to go on there? Nope, you want to fly too. I just wanted to pop in and show you I am cleaning out the enclosure, and this little Gulf Fritillary just molted, which means it shed its exoskeleton, and this is what they look like. Look at how much brighter, and look at the face. It's light, but everything will darken up as its new exoskeleton solidifies. It'll look more like the guy climbing around in the background. Gulf Fritillaries on Passiflora incense. First little project, we are going to plant a wetland pot in that big white pot I bought several weeks ago. And we're gonna put this beautiful golden canna in it. Now this golden canna has been sitting back here in my work area, and it's been doing what they do, spreading out. And it's gonna go in a giant pot that has no drain, so it can be living in a wetland setting. This is a Florida native, and this little one right here is one that was over in another pot, and it was being overgrown by other things, so I saved it and moved it over here. This is a host plant to the Brazilian skipper, and another super cool thing is that dragonfly larvae will hide, like these leaves will roll up, and dragonfly larvae will hide in there while they're changing over to their adult stage. And dragonflies, even though sometimes you can read they do eat caterpillars, but they eat mosquitoes, and a lot of them. So I'm down with them. I love them. All right, let's get this beautiful plant in its pot. Right over here in this garden section, I have a lot of empty space, and we can't have that. There's my big white pot. So I still have to remove the plastic covering around it. And I'm gonna go grab my compost bin that's in the garden room. It's full. I'm gonna dump it in here and then top it off with some potting soil. And you can see there's no holes. We did not drill the holes in it. I love this pot because it's huge. So it will hold a lot of water, and it will allow for that canna to spread out somewhat, but it's not gonna go crazy and take over my garden. I'm gonna fill it somewhat with water so that all of my compost waste can soften up and mush down when I pile the potting soil on top of it. Here is this beauty. And now, of course, you should already be predicting that I am going to add a bunch of water hyssop to the top of that so it can spread around and grow like this one has in the top of this pot and the teapot. Okay, there we go. That water hyssop will just grow and spread throughout. And let me tell you, this canna, when it blooms, it's going to be spectacular back here. And right beside it, but not growing back yet, those 2 clay pots have my orange torch ginger plants in them, which should start growing back soon. And so when they're up and big with this canna right here beside it, it's gonna look nice and tropical. You know I like tropical. And I have seen the Brazilian canna butterfly in my garden, so I hope I get caterpillars. That would be fantastic. While I'm back here in this garden area, I'm feeling like a little stone walkway is in order. I don't have any stones right now, but I'll have to have that in the back of my mind. Although it looks kind of neat as just like a little trail wandering back. But I do want to show you, look at all this coming up over here. This, well, there's a lot of things. First of all, this is a weed, but I love the flowers so much. I have just been letting it grow because they're so pretty. I should probably pop them off before they go to seed so they don't come up everywhere, but I love that. And there's also, look, surprise, Passiflora incense coming up in here. But all this over here is Rudbeckia hirta. There was a big pot right here last year that was full of it, and it dropped seed, and now look at all of this coming up. When those bloom, it's going to be gorgeous, especially encircling this planter that has the porterweed and the red pentas in it. Imagine a circle of yellow Rudbeckia hirta. I had also dug up some of this and put it in the bottom of this obelisk planter here below where my pipevine is growing. So when those all bloom, they're going to be gorgeous. And this pipevine is taken off. And look who we have here on this pipevine. These guys are bigger than the ones I have inside. Hello. These are Polydamas Swallowtail caterpillars. Look how big they are. They must have been out here and I just didn't know. I don't know. Either they grow bigger outside, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just so glad they're surviving and thriving. Look how chunky they are. Oh my gosh, I love it. And I also put the Rudbeckia hirta in the bottom of the obelisk planter adjacent to that one. It's got some buds on it. And it's covered in pipevine. And it's got caterpillars too, but they're much smaller. Here's 2 right here. Look at these adorable little guys. So that's a garden. That's a butterfly garden at work. Host plants in place. caterpillars munching. Oh my gosh, look, it's got a bloom on it. Look at that. I can't get it. Come here. This is why it's called Dutchman's pipevine, because it looks like a pipe. Isn't that cool? Just to get you a little oriented, this is the whole obelisk trellis. Oh gosh, I see more. You see them right there? More little caterpillars. Oh, there's more up there, and the one that's floating around too. And it is covered in pipevine. This particular pipevine is not Aristolochia tomentosa. This is a pipevine that I got from a friend of mine who lives nearby. Remember, if you've been watching for a while, you know my phone a friend for pipevine. So this is from her pipevine, and how I know it's different is that it did not go dormant like the Aristolochia tomentosa. So I have yet to identify this pipevine. I will say there is a pipevine that the actual pipevine swallowtail caterpillars, these are Polydamas, not the pipevine, that it is toxic to them, but this is not that one because I have raised pipevine swallowtails on this pipevine. So I know it's not that one. This one on the other trellis is Aristolochia tomentosa that I bought from Joyful Butterfly. Look, there's more. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at them all. Oh, they're adorable. And I know this is Aristolochia tomentosa because I planted it and it has little tags from Joyful Butterfly, but it also went dormant, which is why it's only grown up to here. And the other pipevine is completely taking over that other trellis. See the top of this trellis? Still not grown upon, but it will be. Look how pretty that canna is back there in the background. I love it. So while we're here at this planter, let me just give you a little chat about neutral plants. Neutral plants like this Rudbeckia hirta is not a host plant, but having it growing in the bottom of this trellis gives a lot of protection to these guys. They're completely hidden behind it, and so they're not going to be easily spotted. If that Rudbeckia hirta wasn't growing in there, these guys would be wide open. So think about when you're planting your host plants of putting some other plants in and around there to provide protection. There's a beautiful monarch there. A Mexican sunflower. It's a male. Oh gosh, it's gorgeous. Should I say it? Should I say it looks new? I mean, surely you're thinking the same thing. Now we're going to pop into my garden room because 3 of the 4 great southern white caterpillars have pupated. I want you to get to see what their chrysalides look like. And I want to show you all the plants that I bought from Joyful Butterfly that I haven't shown you yet. So I put the little dowels across the top of the lepidarium like I did last year because I remember how much they liked it. And of course, there is a giant swallowtail caterpillar getting ready to pupate on one, and here are the great southern white caterpillar chrysalides. There's one there. I think it's cute how they're all close by each other. So there's 2 on the dowel and then 1 in the back, and then the 4th one's still on the plant eating, but he's pretty big. Here it is right here. I expect him to go off and pupate soon too. Maybe he'll go find his other little friends. So cute. I like the little fuzziness coming out of his little head. Great Southern White caterpillar on Virginia pepperweed. And of course we have to pop in and see this little adorableness right here. I mean, come on, look how cute. And then right here is my collection of nectar plants. One of them's a repeat because that, oh gosh, starts with an M. I want to say Mavis, but that's not right. Zebrina, the Zebrina mallow, which is right here. I got another one up because the one I got before is so gorgeous. Let me go show you. I will say I moved it to get a little bit more shade, so now it gets part sun because it was struggling, but look at how beautiful it is. It just keeps getting taller and taller and putting out more and more flowers. So of course I had to have another one, and it's doing very well in its pot. Okay, so this is a rattlesnake master. This one is a Florida native, and it's kind of like it gets those little round, it's Orangium yuccifolium, and in my garden I have the Orangium integrifolium, which is a wetland one. Well, it has a similar flower to that, and so, you know, we had to get one of these. Actually, we had to get two of those. And then this is purple coneflower. And then this is purple top vervain. I got two of them. I got another blue mist flower. I already have one of these out in the garden. This looks like another coneflower. Yep, purple coneflower. And then the Zebrina mallow. And that's my little plant haul from Joyful Butterfly. I ordered these back when they had that 15% off everything sale. And I'm probably going to put some of these in some pots. Well, definitely the Zebrina mallow. So I love it. I love this little collection. Lots more nectar for the butterflies and pollinators. Thank you, Joyful Butterfly. I love them. I'm thanking them. I bought them, but I love them. And thank all of you who use my affiliate link to shop at Joyful Butterfly. I really, really appreciate that. My affiliate links are in the description section of all of my videos. Hey everyone, it is Monday and it's a little overcast. We're supposed to actually get some rain tonight, and I truly, truly, truly hope that happens, because hand watering is great, but every once in a while your garden can use a really good downpour. So I'm here for it, and we're going to go over and look at my little butterfly trellises, which I have right over here. When my tropical sage garden gets overgrown, they keep the sage from falling across my walkway, and I just think they look kind of interesting here. And a few videos ago I said I had to get some more to finish out the walkway, and I ordered them. So these I got on Amazon, and it's just one solid piece. And when I ordered them, they came in a box. It was about, this high. So I went into Amazon, into my buy again section. I found these trellises and I bought them again, and they're here. And I'm a little confused because this is the box. How is that tall trellis in this box? The people want to know. Don't you love it when the box sticks? All right, I'm going to use 2 hands. We'll be back. Okay, there we go. So it looks the same. It's just a different variety. It's gonna have to be assembled. The other one is not like this. Isn't that wild? So it's actually on hinges and it's just folded up. I'm gonna go look in the box because it seems like there's something that's got to go in there. Maybe I just missed it because there's 4 of these in the package. Oh. So they could be taped inside. See, now I like better the ones I originally got. Just open the box, pull them out, and put them in the ground. I do not like assembling things. Yeah. How many of these things for each one? 4? I don't like that. If you buy something again, you expect it to be the same. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop being sassy. But that's what I loved about them is you pulled them out of the box and put them in the ground. Okay, here we go. Okay, see? Look at how different it looks. I mean, I'm not gonna stress over that, but it's definitely not the same as that big bar going across the middle. Like, this is not the same. Okay, but I'll take it. It's gonna serve the purpose, but I wonder if you can still like get the ones that just don't have to be assembled. Why would they do that? Maybe to make it easier to ship? I don't know, because wouldn't this be more production costs? Because then you got to get the screws and the little hinges, and I like this one better. Okay, I'll stop talking about it. I'm gonna go assemble the rest and finish down the line, and it'll be just fine. Okay, so there we go. And I haven't decided. I have 2 more because there were 4 in the pack. I needed 2 on the end. I could fit another one at the end, but I think I might keep the other 2 to use somewhere else because you know how I love having a handy trellis around ready to use at a moment's notice. Okay. It's doing the trick though, and those tropical sage in there, they're going to get all huge and crazy and just be jam-packed in there, and it really, really looks cool with this little trellis fence, and of course with the butterflies. Up next, I have this in here with a privet senna, which is what was growing in here. And out of the blue, this came up. Now what I think this is there were these daisies that I bought, and I threw seeds in pots and none of them grew. and they were called gazania daisies. Maybe it's one of those, or some kind of sunflower. I did have some dwarf sunflowers at one point too that never came up. And you know, I tend to reuse soil. Like if things don't come up, I'll just put something new in there. So this could be one of the cups that I had these in and they didn't come up. And so I stuck a privet sun in there, and then this decided to come up. But I want to plant this in my garden because I think it's going to be really cool, whoever it is. And maybe I can get some seeds from it and grow more if I like it. And I think down here at this end of the Pentas garden would be a good place for it because there's some empty spaces back in there, like right down in there behind that pot. So let me go grab a shovel. Well, I was able to separate out the little privet senna really easily. There it is. I just set it down right there so I can put that in a pot. So let's get this in the ground. And I'm planting it to face the flower head towards the sun. Isn't it funny how, like, a year later, a seed decides it's gonna grow? You just never know. All right, there's a weed in here. Yeah, I saw you, weed. I knew you were there, trying to hide in with that little privet senna. Nope. There, look how cute. Privet senna, host plant too, sulfur butterflies. Cloudless sulfur and orange barred sulfur are the two I regularly get in my garden. And here's the little either gazania daisy or dwarf sunflower. We'll find out. Looks like a little pinwheel. Even though it's overcast, it's kind of a really nice day because it's still warm, but the overcast keeps it like not sweaty warm, just glowy warm, and there's a nice breeze, and it's just one of those days where you feel like you could work in your garden all day and get a lot of things done, and it doesn't have to be super sunny for you to enjoy it, you know? It happens sometimes. Up next, I need to do some work with my potted host trees. So some of them, like this red maple right here, see how the soil level has sunk down? So what I'll do is I'll pull the whole plant out, I'll put some potting soil down below, and then put this back in to raise it up and get it some fresh soil and fresh nutrients to have. And then some other things like this tulip poplar, remember I ordered those from that Tennessee garden nursery for the eastern tiger swallowtails. Well, it's showing no signs of life, nor is the other one. So the ones that are showing no signs of life, I'm going to move back to my garden work area and make room for the ones that are showing signs of life. So the tulip poplars can just sit back here and decide if they're going to live or not. That's better. So right back there in the clay pot is my vitex tree, and I want to bring it over here. So I'm just going to kind of drag it out and put it down here. So I have to move my pagoda plant out of the way. I'll just drag it over, and because it's not really supposed to be in with host trees, it just ended up there. Well, hello. Thank you for getting into my video, little Gulf Fritillary butterfly. Okay, so with the Gulf Fritillary here, but you can see, oh, it flew off. You can see I moved the vitex tree over here by the pagoda plant. It's kind of centered between the two obelisk trellises. Actually, it's not, I have to do a little wiggle waggling of it because it's not exactly centered, but I'll get it there. And now I can spread out my host trees and just check in on them, because some of them are crammed together and they have weeds growing up in them. And then I have all these little things down here to take care of. And this wild black cherry tree, I don't think is going to come back, because all my other wild black cherry trees have come back. So I'm going to move that over to my work area and just give it some more time, see if it wants to decide to do something. Look at this adorable, chunky little guy in my garden. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Hello, look. Oh, Polydamas Swallowtail caterpillar on Aristolochia tomentosa. Look, there's more over here. Look at the color variations. They're all the same caterpillar. So cute. Oh, we're getting some osmeterium from this one. I love these guys. Okay, where was I going? Oh, I remember. Also back here in my workspace, I have these three guys. This, I believe, is a type of pawpaw tree, and look what Hurricane Milton did to its pot. So it's gonna get a new pot. This, I'm not sure who this is. But it's gonna get the same thing. It's gonna get pulled out, more soil put in the bottom and put back in, and it's gonna move over to the host tree garden, potted host tree. And when I figure out who these two guys are for sure, they'll get their little signs. And this is a little sassafras tree. And I think I'm just gonna leave it in the pot it's in right now because it's doing fine. And I'm gonna put it somewhere out in my garden. So I think we're going to pull these guys round a little. I'm going to move the red maple back here where the common pawpaw is. Move common pawpaw over there. That way you can like see through it better, and this provides more of a screen, which would be nice here. All right, now I've got the two pawpaws here. See, the leaves look very similar. They might even both be common pawpaws. This is the unlabeled one, and this is the common pawpaw. And this big potted sassafras tree is going to go to the corner over there. And then this little one behind it, I might pull front. I don't know. Hang on. Let me move this one first. Okay, so now I've got my sassafras, wafer ash, sweet bay magnolia, red maple. I need to turn that around so it's more even. My red bay, two common pawpaws that are coming out of dormancy. This is my new sugarberry. Those are things down there Ringo's checking out need to be taken care of. These on the bench need taken care of. So let me go grab those other potted trees in the work area and get them in this space too. This little guy right here is a rusty Lyonia. It's a small Florida native tree, gets about 10-15 feet tall, and it flowers and it attracts a lot of native bees. So I need to pot this into a bigger pot, which I don't have right now, and I'm starting to feel raindrops, so I'm just gonna hold off, but he's gonna stay sitting out here front and center to make sure it gets some attention soon. And this is a winged sumac, and it is host to the red-banded hairstreak, and the reason why I got it, the Luna moth. So this one needs a big grow pot like those, and I'm completely out. So I'm gonna have to go to Lowe's and get more. But look at how look at how this is growing. It's got one coming out of the side. Like, I don't know if they're connected, but when I'm ready to transplant this, I'm gonna actually cut down the side of this pot to get it all out together, and this is going to end up in this native host tree garden, potted native host tree garden. And it'll get its little sign, and I don't know, will we get Luna moth caterpillars? Oh my gosh, that'd be so fabulous. Those are the most, well, they're not them, yeah, they're pretty gorgeous. They're gorgeous moths. Gorgeous moths. Okay, so here comes the rain. I'm gonna run in for a little bit, but it's only Monday, and this video is going up Tuesday, so there'll be more time in the garden. If I remember, I'll do a little run through and let you see all their little signs so you can see who all they are host plants for. Actually, the rain just let out. Let me go do that now so I don't forget. It's just rain. There's no lightning or thunder. So I'll just take it, and you can pause if you want to write down the names. This is a sweet bay magnolia. And here's what it looks like. It does get the magnolia flowers on it. Mine has buds on it. Here's the red maple. And beside it is the red bay. It likes a wet setting, so this pot, I don't believe I put any drain holes in it. Here's what the red bay looks like. And of course, you know I have this one. These are the ones that are just have a few leaves coming out of dormancy. Sweet little wafer ash. Sugarberry, this is new. I just got this one last year. But it went through dormancy and came back just fine in its pot. Sassafras has a lot. I think there's another one I forgot to put on here. No. There's one I forgot to say when I read it last time. There's lots of moths, Promethea, Imperial, IO, and silk moths. Sassafras trees sometimes you can find on Joyful Butterfly, but they sell out quick. I have multiple of these in pots around my garden, and they do very well in pots. And this one I don't know yet. I hope it's a wild black cherry tree, because that other wild black cherry tree did not look like it was coming back, but I know I have more than one. I have some other potted trees all over the garden in smaller pots. So I probably have another wild black cherry tree I could move into here. I put the other little sassafras tree I had right down there. They like an understory setting, so they're under this planter. I guess that counts. And then back here in my workspace, I have a netted pawpaw that I need to pot up. That's also host to the zebra swallowtail. I'm pretty sure this is a spice bush that I have back here. I also need to put into a bigger pot. It's got some friends, some weed friends and some other friends growing in with it. I also have a Florida native wisteria back here in my workspace. This is host to the silver-spotted skipper and the long-tailed skipper, and it's actually a vine, but mine looks more like a tree. I think it's one of those ones that goes up and then it spreads out across. It can get really tall though, and really wide, so I'm going to keep it in a pot. And this is the Florida native variety. Hang on, I have the name right here. Wisteria frutescens. Put that right back in there. And then up front, this is a small flower pawpaw that I also want to put in a bigger pot with, you know, a little potted privet senna. Everything has a little potted privet senna with it. And then I have this guy. I'm not sure who this is, so I have to do some investigating. I mean, could it be a spice bush? It just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't see a sign down in it. Shame on me. Where is its sign? Okay, so we'll figure this guy out. I also have 4 wild lime trees in pots, and then I have my 2 big wild lime trees, which are the host plant to the giant swallowtails. And they are right back here behind all these beautiful plants in their pots. 1, 2, 3, and there's another one, 4. Oh, 5, I lied. There's 5 of them. And now, if the rain will hold off, I want to take care of my brand new tree from one of you who does not live far from me, who came and visited me at my garden. Hi, Stacy. She brought me a baby banana tree from her garden. I have wanted a banana tree for so long. And funny story, I knew right where I wanted to put it, back corner, right back there in my workspace, where that American pokeweed was and died from the freeze and the hurricane. Oh, it's raining. Anyway, my husband was back there working, and he didn't really want a banana tree, but he didn't really know a lot about them, but especially if I was going to buy one. So he was back there, and he's like, you want me to pull out this dead American pokeweed? I was like, yeah, go ahead, pull it out. You want me to pull out all these weeds that are growing back here? I'm like, yeah, go ahead and clean that. He cleaned out the whole corner, which was something I was going to have to do. And when he was done, I said, oh, that's perfect, because that's where I'm going to put my new banana tree. And he was like, banana tree? I said, yeah, but don't worry, I'm getting it for free. So it's just a light drizzle. I think I'm going to go ahead and dig the hole and get it in the ground too. While we're talking about trees, I love them because guess what? They look tropical. And I don't know, I'm just so excited to have one in my garden, and that back corner gets full blazing sun all day. Should be very happy back there. So this is one. She actually brought me two, possibly three. This is the little one. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it yet. And this one may or may not be a banana tree. We'll find out when it gets bigger. And this is the bigger one she brought me. Look how beautiful the leaves are. So this is gonna get huge, I hope. And it's gonna be right back there in that empty corner, thanks to my husband cleaning it out. So I'm gonna run back there and dig a hole and get it in the ground, hopefully before the rain comes, because it's a great time to plant stuff right before you know you're going to have a good rain. And there it is. I went ahead and gave it a big drink just in case the rain doesn't come through. I can't tell you how many times we've been supposed to have rain. It'll get all cloudy and dark and then just go somewhere else. So anyway, there's my sweet new little banana tree. This one does those little tiny like dwarf bananas. It's the look of the tree that gets me. I am so happy to have that added to my garden. And it's right back there, right beside another tree, acacia, that another friend gave me. And then there's my sweet acacia. And then this right here, I don't think it's coming back either. It doesn't, not this, that's this right here. It's not showing signs of life. I just put the pot there to keep my dogs from running into the sweet acacia because it's got some pretty sharp thorns on it. And I don't want them to get poked by it. So I put that pot there and I'm just gonna leave it there. This is such a beautiful tree. I love it. Sweet acacia is the Florida native. And as I'm walking out of my workspace, here's my little trellised passion vine, passiflora incense, and look who I see. Hello. Beautiful little Gulf Fritillary caterpillar. Love it, living his best life in my backyard butterfly garden. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday and I'm just wrapping up this video and I didn't ever pop in and say goodbye yesterday. So it worked out good because things always work out for a reason. I have something beautiful to show you as we close this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please tap the little thumbs up button. I'll see you in the next one. We're just gonna go look at something real quick in the garden room. This is a giant swallowtail that just declosed this morning. This is from the first group that I brought in this year. And it is hanging here to dry its wings, is not ready to fly. It's really overcast out right now, so I'll probably wait till tomorrow. It's supposed to be gorgeous to release it. Or if the sun comes out later today, we'll see. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Bye, giant swallowtail.